Hello and welcome along to the Where's My Kit Bag podcast here on our, well, we're recording on a Wednesday afternoon because we're just so cool. Joining me, James, in the studio, we have...
Will Devereaux.
Steve Cale. Wow, the full names.
Oh,
Wow, I don't, yeah.
I know. Does that feel wrong?
Yeah,
Should we rewind and just do the whole thing again?
We can roll.
Oh, anyway, well, hello, welcome along to the Where's My Kit Bag podcast, hosted to you by our three lovely technicians here. First off, Steve,
Hello.
what have we got coming out very soon that we've been filming earlier for the TechNet videos?
So Monday's video is the camera practice video. So you're going over the top 10 bits and bobs that you'll kind of need when you're on set to kind of keep everything efficient. I'm not going to spoil the video, but go check it out. I think you might find a couple of them quite handy.
It was really useful filming it as well, wasn't it? I think we tried to not break the rules whilst filming, or the little odd bits that I was in as well. I've just turned out to be more of a cameo character now, I think.
Yeah.
I kind of just pop up here and there in some of your videos as as the loose end.
But the thing I found really strange was kind of filming doing something wrong. It's almost like contradicting ourselves, but it's for educational purposes.
Exactly.
So it's all good. But no, it's definitely one to check out, especially for people booking out kit.
Filming something wrong just feels bad.
Yeah.
It feels so wrong.
I feel like I'm contradicting my point, but there we are.
It's for the joy and education of others.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
But no, it's a good video. I'm proud of that one. It's nice.
And we spent most of today filming a new one coming out. Not too sure on the date to be released yet. It's quite a big idea one, wasn't it? It's been in the pipe work for a little while.
If any of our TechNet subscribers know of the Nifty 50 video, it's not like that Nifty 50 video. However, it's on par with its kind of production value.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. It's nice.
Bigger budget.
Yeah.
Well, if we had a budget.
What bigger budget? You use more cameras.
Pretty much.
And more people.
And more people. Yes, absolutely. Oh, even I'm in it, so that's clearly a reason not to watch.
Oh.
I see. I'm literally only used for comedy roles, which is good. It's how it should always be. I should never be involved in anything serious.
A few teachers this time round.
Yeah.
That is
So
good quality.
If any of the listeners want to see, well, it's quite a few teachers in it actually. Quite likely you might see your one having a little role. Tune in because it'll be a good one. And then we're going to do a behind the scenes of the whole premise. So that the video will be generally around lighting, the different types of lighting, and then we're going to hopefully do a little behind the scenes as well. So that should be really good. Nice to look forward to.
Excellent. Well, that leads kind of nicely on to any sort of tech news that has been in the week this week, Mr. Will. Tell me more.
Yeah, so not too much on the camera front at the moment. Obviously, like I was talking about last week, we had CES, which is the community consumer electronics show. Sorry, and they announced a lot of new stuff there, which I talked over. This week, I thought we'd move away a little bit more from the camera side, and we'll go to more sort of like some general tech news. First of all, the first thing I want to kind of mention, seem to be hitting a lot of headlines, obviously, because it's so big at the moment. And we were wondering when the F word was going to come up. And no, I'm not about to drop the F bomb.
I thought you were going to talk about Formula One, in which case I could actually talk about something.
No, but it is Fortnite. And yeah, that's what I was waiting for. But the interesting thing is that recently, millions and millions of accounts had been hacked into just by other users. And they were able to log into their accounts, spend money, and transfer those points onto their own accounts. And then not only that, they could also see chat logs as well from the users. So, I mean, most people who play Fortnite, they kind of range from any age now, really.
Yeah.
I'm seeing sort of a lot of younger kids playing it on their phones and stuff. So, obviously, it's a massive data breach. But it got me thinking, like, I remember times when I've had my accounts hacked, or you get that dreaded message from Google saying, there's some suspicious activity on your account. Do you mind just checking it for me? I was just wondering if any of you guys had run into any experiences like that too.
Oh, crikey. Let me think. Steve, have you had any?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Tell me more, Steve.
It was 11 years ago. Wow, 11 years ago. I was an avid World of Warcraft player. Still am. I'm kind of having a bit of time off. But I just got into it. I would have been maybe 11 or 12. And I got my first max level character. 2 weeks later, I go onto the account. The character has nothing on it, no money. and I was near tears, genuinely near tears.
Yeah. So did you get emailed anything beforehand, or
Nope.
you literally just you logged in, damage was done?
Gone, nothing.
Wow.
I decided to make a new account because I thought
Really?
the
You're too much
pain's still there.
Oh,
Because there's
man.
nothing you can do. Like with an account, with a game like that, you need armor and powers and stuff to earn it back. So
Yeah,
with absolutely nothing,
It was pointless.
Yeah. So
Man.
that's luckily my only experience. But yeah.
See, I don't know if any of you run into the trouble of using the same or similar passwords for multiple sort of accounts. Because I had a little stint where it was one of my old email addresses that I'd kind of forgotten about in favour of making a new, more like professional email address. And I'd got an email saying there's been some funny activity, but I was like, I can't even remember that one. I might as well not bother with it. And then I looked back and they'd got into that account, and through that they'd actually got into my Blizzard account, and they actually changed my whole Blizzard account to Asia, which means I couldn't access it at all. And it was really hard to prove that all this had happened to the Battle.net customer services. So that was a really long process. But at that point in time, they had my whole friends list, so they could contact other people and they could pretend to be me quite easily. They had access to like card details and stuff like that. So, I think once that happened, I was like, hang on a sec, this is kind of bad now. But I think just like being able to act on it quickly, being informed, like I think it's the company's responsibility to inform you ASAP, which obviously in this case Fortnite did and Epic Games did. But there's always going to be some backlash when it's on that sort of scale. What about for you?
Well, I had to just peruse in my emails.
Oh, okay.
As
okay.
I do. So I saw this one from EA on the 4th of January. That's obviously Electronic Arts.
What, 2019?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, recent one.
Now, this has a caveat. So it's one of those going, your EA security code is this. So when you log into a new device with your EA account,
like an authenticator.
Here's your new security code. So obviously, if you get that message and you haven't done it, someone's obviously trying to like hack your account or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you delve deeper into the email, you realize the email address isn't a proper EA email address. So it's like EA in block capitals at e.ea.com. So it's not actually EA's proper address. And the amount of these I get on like a week is ridiculous.
Really?
And I'm like, I don't really care.
So,
I also get one from iTunes quite a lot that's like, your account's been breached. But then you look at the email addresses like e.tunes at itunes.apple.net warg.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, you're trying to phishing scam me, you. So yeah, I get those quite a lot, but they're just like trash, spam.
Does Google
spam.
do a pretty good job of like putting it in spam for you, or does it get
Google
through?
Google does.
Yeah.
Some of these coming in my old Yahoo email address, which clearly isn't doing as good a job as Google. It's sort of going, this is spam. I should put this in the spam folder. But no, going back to hacked accounts, I think, if I remember rightly, I might have had an EA account hack. This is back when I used to play games like a lot as a younger individual, probably like circa 2006-ish, where I was not too shabby at Battlefield 2, might I say.
Okay.
Not too shabby. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got like the string of emails going, your password is being used to access an account, and it used to tell you where it was like being logged in from. It's being logged in from in Singapore.
I was
like,
to Singapore as well.
Well, I've not been to Singapore anytime recently or ever, so that's not me. So then EA had to do like the whole kind of file to restore your account and all that kind of jazz. And then when I kind of went, I've never been to Singapore, they were just like, how can you prove that? I'm like, I've not left the country in like 5 years. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's yours. So it got fixed in the end, and luckily got all my stats back. But I think they literally did it, and I was looking at my emails at the time, so I saw it come in. So I was like, oh damn, got to fix that. So,
I'm intrigued.
So I was quite lucky.
I'm intrigued to see if any of our listeners have had similar experience. It seems like everyone's kind of bumped into something where you kind of had your details at risk, but that's a risk you take. It's probably somewhere where you click that terms and conditions box that's always on the page. It's somewhere on there like, your details may be at risk one day. Because I don't think anybody ever does anything about it, does it? I don't know if
you
people
just
sue about
tick the
it.
box that says I've read them all.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
can
You
sign my
clearly
life away.
haven't.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was a really interesting bit. And then the other bit of news I just wanted to cover really quickly. Netflix is going to be increasing their subscription rates in America, or they just have actually yesterday. It's only gone up $2 roughly a month. However, it's the biggest price hike they've ever done in one go, and it's also increased their holding share by the largest amount ever as well.
Wow.
So you think like they're worth a lot of money already, then they've just added, I think, 6% value on top of their company just through this price hike. But I don't know. I haven't heard any backlash from it. I don't think anybody feels robbed from it. I was just wondering, do you think one day it's going to get to the point where it's going to cost as much as like a Sky subscription would cost, or a Virgin box or something would cost? Do you think it'd ever get that high?
I think there's too much competition, because I think Netflix, with the big budget stuff they're starting to put out, they can justify a couple of extra bucks or a couple of extra pounds. But with all the other companies competing, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago with cameras, it's only going to benefit consumers. So if it gets too expensive, they can be like, okay, fine, we'll just go to Amazon, because we can still get a similar genre of content. Because if Netflix is, say, $25 a month in 4 years' time, people might not want to pay that.
Yeah.
So that's my personal opinion.
Yeah. I think them doing it gradually over time, I
Mm.
think they're almost hoping people won't notice the sort of starting price.
Yeah.
Was it? I don't know. I remember it being sort of like $6.99 or something
Yeah.
I
a while
remember.
ago.
I remember signing up and it was $6.99, and
Yeah.
now it's I think $8.99.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think for the package I'm on anyway.
That's not too
packages
bad.
vary.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, if you think about the amount of content you actually get from it, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
as long as you kind of watch like 2 films a month, it almost justifies
Yeah.
the cost. Because if you think of like a cinema ticket, obviously if you
That's a
take
good way of
Farnborough for
looking
the
at it.
example, is a £5. So 2 cinema tickets a tenner. If you watch 2 films on Netflix in the course of a month, which, let's be honest, is a long period of time to not watch a film, you should get your money back. Although it's kind of like the same thing if you think about like the Odeon Plus card or whatever they use, or whichever one View's got, Cineworld,
card.
yeah. Where if you like, it's £13, the cost of a cinema ticket plus a little bit. So if you go to see
true.
2 films, it justifies the cost for me. That's how I kind of think about it. But
I like how it's quite funny how they're, when they do like a TV season release, you get all the episodes in one go.
that's
kinda,
very nice.
It's kind of like a staple for them now. It's almost like a selling point. So many people binge watch. I think personally, I do like being not restricted, and if you've got the time, being able to sit down in a session, just getting almost in the zone when you're watching something, that works better for me personally. You can make it almost into like a movie worth of TV watching, and for me that works better, definitely. Waiting a week, I don't know, does it have its benefits? it allows you to build hype around the next one.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, biggest one I can think of coming up is like Game of Thrones, because that will be weekly release. I think it's 6 episodes, I think, for this season. Yeah.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah,
but I think they're actually, I thought they were an hour and a half long, but apparently it's still sort of unconfirmed. So
oh, because I was thinking if they make basically 6 hour-and-a-half episodes, that's basically 6 films
yeah,
that they've made. All right, that's pretty baller.
yeah. Although I mean, they normally do like 10 episodes a season. Most of them are hour long, so you're getting 10 hours of content there anyway. But who knows? It's talking about like the biggest fight ever on TV.
Ooh.
They're saying this could be even. But they broke loads of records in the last season. It was pretty mixed reviews from the last season, what I heard.
Wouldn't know.
And a lot of.
Do you not watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I'm on season 6.
He watches it,
Yeah.
but
you're catching up.
Yeah.
My thing is, I paid for a Now TV subscription, caught up, and then it was mid-October they got rid of everything up to season 7, I want to say.
Oh no!
So I'm like 4 episodes behind,
And
catching up to Now TV. But Now TV have said that all the season 1 to 6 is back come February 12th, and it's like, what was the point of that 4-month wait?
Yeah.
Why
now
you do this?
I've got to wait, and then I can catch up 2 months prior to the new season. So
damn.
it's frustrating because obviously when the teaser dropped, I just have to scroll past it on every social media that I go past.
Yeah.
Although the teaser I didn't think really teased anything at all.
Well, I don't know.
Unless you're really like
Everywhere
at it.
I saw it posted, it always had bracket spoilers at the end.
I watched it, and I honestly don't think it's spoiled very much.
No.
Apart from
I don't want to ruin
things.
anything, but
apart from me being in it.
But for someone like me, like if there's not that I know what's going to happen in season 7, but if I think someone could pass in season 7 and I see them in the teaser for season 8,
yeah,
oh,
true,
yeah.
I'm
true,
just like,
true.
well, I know they're not going to. Nothing's going to happen,
Yeah,
so
you
I
know
keep
they're
away
not
from
dead.
it.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
That's me.
Have you managed to avoid season 7 spoilers so far?
I've seen a couple, but
Oh,
at the same time, they're not necessarily spoilers. They were inevitabilities that
You
were
already
always
predicted.
Yeah, you knew they were going to eventually happen. 7 seasons into a franchise,
Yeah.
it had to eventually happen. What happens, I don't know. But obviously, again, not going to spoil anything for people
Steve
that
waits with
seasons
bated
behind,
breath.
But
Unfortunately, I read the first book, haven't read any more past that, so I can't comment on anything that side. If people who've read the books might know a bit more than me, and that might indicate why the spoilers are there. But from my perspective, it wasn't too bad. I get the gist of it, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, that's kind of concludes my segment there.
Jolly good. Now, going over to Film of the Week. Now, I challenged these two to watch First Man this week. Will and Steve, have you managed to watch First Man this week?
I think I'll go first.
Sure.
Yeah. So
first, you're the first man, I see.
searched
Clever.
First Man online, see if I could pick up a DVD or pay for a stream or whatever. And it's still in cinema until tomorrow.
Oh,
which is really frustrating.
go watch it tomorrow, Steve.
Well, it's at like 11 a.m. in like a variety of only Odeon cinemas.
Only
still.
Odeons?
Only
That's very
Odeons,
specific.
Yeah. One showing left across the southwest at 11, and then there's one at 2 in Kingston. Obviously, I'm not going to make those, so I'll have to wait a little while. But yeah, I couldn't get a copy of it. So it's going to have to wait, unfortunately.
Well, are we going to do this? Well, we did speak about this thing offline. If obviously, Will, if you've seen it or not.
Yes.
This is where we're at now.
I'm using my specialist knowledge. I managed to watch some of it. I was enjoying it. It started off well. Really getting into it, and I fell asleep. Must have been about halfway through. I was watching it on my laptop, and then I woke up, and my laptop was still on top of me. So,
William.
I could review it out of 5 maybe instead of 10.
For the first part, you saw
first half,
I
was enjoying it.
And then
it definitely seemed like a Gosling role. He seemed to, he was very much fit into it. Kind of that mysterious, doesn't like to talk too much. It was quite nice though, because I feel like in a lot of Gosling's roles, he doesn't make friends that well. But in this, I think because they were so close on that program, obviously some events unfold where it tests him. That was quite interesting.
That was very well put there.
Yeah.
Without revealing literally anything.
Thank you very much.
That was very well put.
Thank you.
I like that.
And yeah, I think I got up to the bit where he entered Gemini 8, I think, and they were just about to take off, which is probably a really good moment. And then for some reison, it was just
Well, were you like watching it at 2 a.m?
It was quite late. I will give you that. It was quite late. It was a long day. And I fell asleep. So apologies for that. Maybe I'll watch the other half before next week.
You've got another week to watch the other half.
Exactly.
Steve's got a week to track it down or watch it in Kingston at 11 a.m.
Yeah, there is.
Those are his options.
Yeah.
But yeah. So otherwise, you two, what film? Are you setting for me to watch this week, or maybe 2?
So we mentioned this one in a previous podcast, I believe.
Yeah, we think we might as well jump on the bandwagon while it's current and have a little chat about it before
it dissipates.
Yeah, before it dissipates.
Okay.
And you haven't seen it. So
I can confirm I've not seen this film.
The film is Netflix Bird Box.
Now, is this the one that's a quiet place, but instead of hearing, you can't see or something?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the premise.
That's literally all I know.
Yes.
All I've literally heard is quiet place, but with vision.
Modern day Medusa.
Yeah. That's not bold. That's not quite good.
Nice.
I like that.
Modern day
I don't
Medusa.
really want to say much about it because I went in
spoilers.
not knowing anything at all. I didn't even know the cast really until they kind of appeared on screen. We're like, they're good. Oh yeah,
do you know who is in the cast? Do we know?
Yeah, we've got the IMDb page up here for you now.
Oh, tell me more, Will. Who is in this film?
Sandra Bullock's our leading lady.
Okay, we got some names.
Yeah, you got John Malkovich as well. So he's in it. Sarah Paulson, who has some other people?
Well, we've got
could
fairly
Tom
beefy
Holland,
cast.
yeah, it's some big good names. I was going to comment on something then, but I think we'll save it for next week.
Some good names.
Yeah.
So, but obviously, most important, out of 10 IMDb star rating, what would you two give this?
Oh, do we talk about that
10.
after you've watched it? I don't want to taint your
because
impression.
you did it for A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Yeah, because you gave it, I think, 7.
Yeah.
I think maybe Steve gave it 6.5 or 7.5. I can't remember.
I think we matched up for A Quiet Place. I think we were on a mutual agreement.
Mutual of 7.
So
what out of 10 would you two rate this film? Obviously, you can have separate scores. It's okay.
I'd put it at. I'd say maybe the same level, just below. Maybe I go 6.5. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also worse than A Quiet Place. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say no. I think that's generous. I'm gonna say 6.
Oh.
Only because again, no spoilers, and I'm not gonna give you a false sense of security whilst you're watching
false sense of security.
But there were not everything added up to me as the viewer. I'll say that much, but that is my personal opinion on it. However, I did after the film. I did think that was a good film.
I was about to say I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, there is a difference,
yeah.
And then when you really think about it afterwards, which bear in mind I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes afterwards, I was like, hang on a minute. But you know,
while watching it, I don't know about you, Steve, but we made a lot of guesses as to what would happen,
yeah.
and it was pretty predictable.
Yeah, I mean, and as well, a lot of people that I work with in my retail job, the younger staff hate it, but the older staff like it, which is an interesting thing. I'm again not going to give you any reasons why.
Okay.
And I'll give you what
Hopefully
we
not
talked
13
about.
reasons why.
Oh.
Oh, the dad puns are coming out. Oh dear. See, that shows how old I am. So actually I might like it more because I'm old.
Well, I thought I'm in weirdly enough, I'm in the older generation bracket of my retail job.
Oh.
And I was more on the fence of liking it. I mean, I feel like I'm giving it a real burn, but
I'm going in with an open mind.
Yeah,
obviously I take your two opinions on board. I'm like, okay, they're giving it IMDb 6, which is average. So we will see.
I don't know if watching it on Netflix tainted it. Maybe that that might be a bit of stigma for me. Okay, we'll move on. Enjoy.
I will. You know what? I'll also attempt to watch it within a week.
Yes.
So,
good luck.
I'll try. I'll do my best. Anywho, last things last, which is all about tune of the week. So obviously last week I threw it out there with something a little bit more dancey, a bit more trancey, because that's basically what I was listening to for that entire week. This week I'm going slightly different. I've gone back to the kind of rocky, poppy kind of deal. Is what I've gone with.
Oh, nice. You were mentioning a bit more indie. You said
yes. So that this I would more categorize it as slightly more kind of rock rather than indie. Kind of think Wolf Alice.
Okay.
That kind of we're in that kind of bandwagon. So it's an artist called Jade Bird. And she's got her album coming out in April this year, her debut album. She was featured on the BBC Music Sound of 2018. So the BBC put together a list of artists who they think will be big in the coming year. She made it onto the long list. She didn't win, alas. That was Sigrid, if you've ever heard of her. Nope.
Recognise that name.
I like how Will shook his head. I'm like, we can't hear that.
I realised, and then I spoke into the mic.
we can't hear this. So yeah, Sigrid won. She did. I can't remember what her big hit was called, but it was all right. It's not. It's that kind of like poppy kind of thing. Whereas I think Jade Bird's a bit more kind of more my style of artist. The kind of sort of like more rugged, rocky, kind of indie-ish. Kind of thing. So so she was included in the long list, but obviously didn't get shortlisted to the top 3. But that's still pretty good, I think, either way.
Yeah.
So the song in question is a song called "Love Has All Been Done Before." Is the song I've picked, which is currently on Radio 1's A list / B list. I can't remember which one it's on. It's on one of the two. So Radio 1 are blasting out here, there, and everywhere. I kind of caught it while channel hopping and went, this sounds like Wolf Alice. And then obviously looked up later and went, this is not Wolf Alice, but I like it. And then she's got a couple of other tracks out on there on her YouTube page, so feel free to go check those out as well. But yes, I'll put the link in the description of both SoundCloud and YouTube.
And Spotify.
I was
And
going to
Spotify.
say,
we don't have a
we're on
description.
Spotify.
We are. I've found a way. I don't know what I did, but I clicked buttons, and now you can hear us on Spotify.
How amazing is
So
that?
hello, Spotify listeners. Although I don't think you can put comments on.
That's
no,
fine.
You never
Which
could.
sucks.
You never could.
So if you want to go listen to this, literally just type in Jade Bird, Love Is All With Number 4 on YouTube or
Spotify.
Google or in Spotify.
Hey.
nice plug, Steve. Or by all means, click on the link in the YouTube comments or on the SoundCloud bio, because we'll put it up on SoundCloud first, because that's where it gets pinged everywhere.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly. Otherwise, this has been your Where's My Kit Bag podcast. We'll be back this time next week, so listen out. It should plop into your Spotify playlist now if you click that little heart button. God, I sound like a YouTube subscriber. Oh, click on the heart, click follow, click like.
Get the bell on.
Get the... Oh, dearie me. Anyways, I've been James.
I've been Will.
And I'm Steve.
And this has been Where's My Kit Bag?
Thanks for listening to the Where's My Kit Bag podcast. Please feel free to drop us a comment about anything you want us to cover in the next episode on the section below, or drop us an email at technet@farnborough.ac.uk.